I'd much rather see a defense come after, at least mix the looks up, as opposed to rushing 3 or 4 and dropping 7 or 8 into coverage.
They bring a fourth this time. He's picked up easily. Palco throws underneath to Joe Del Sardo, a forgotten guy for the Panthers. Pittsburgh has a couple of timeouts, and they'll take one here with 44 seconds remaining.
4 plays, and they're already across midfield.
Timeout of the half.
15th catch. Yeah, it's so cold I can't speak. 15th catch for Del Sardo, who caught 49 last year. And Aaron's standing down there and said, "You guys can't talk. What about me down here?" Be right back. We're in the Big East tonight. The only loss by WVU was to Virginia Tech. The Hokies, with a win over North Carolina, will clinch the Coastal, and they'll meet Florida State in the inaugural ACC championship game. That's in 9 days in Jacksonville. You'll see if Virginia Tech can do it against North Carolina. One of the 18 teams, like Pittsburgh here tonight, trying to get bowl eligible. Saturday night, 7:45 Eastern, ESPN. Out of the timeout, Palco throws again, complete and drop as Del Sardo was hit. And the ball jarred loose. And Joe is very slow to get up. Antonio Lewis, mostly the kick return man, has come up with a big hit there and sent Del Sardo to the sideline. And this is a Pittsburgh team that really only uses 4 wide receivers. So Darryl Strong, a tight end, comes in, along with Marcel Pestano. Pestano's a freshman. He only has 1 catch. This ball might be going to 86, Greg Lee, or Derek Kinder. They're both the experienced guys at the bottom of your screen. 3rd and 4, pressure, had to get rid of it, incomplete. And there's that extra guy who's brought. Meantime, Palco runs down to Pestano, the freshman receiver, who made a mistake.
Well, there's the pressure you like to see. West Virginia this time elects to come after Palco, but you can see the frustration Tyler Palco has. 1 injury to Del Sardo, and all of a sudden they start to go down in the depth chart. Tyler Palco wanted to get rid of the football. He wanted to side adjust to get rid of the ball off of the blitz from the safety, and that's where he's running right now to tell the receiver, hey, you got to help me out. When they bring pressure, I've got to get rid of the ball.
Interesting here on 4th and 4 at your own 48 in an 8-point game going for it. West Virginia has moved the ball effectively and has 3 timeouts. Pressure picked up, pass incomplete. And now the Mountaineers are about 20 yards from getting a field goal range. Because let me tell you, McAfee, their place kicker, was making them from 55 pregame. So I don't know if this move is going to work out for Dave Wanstead's crew.
Real good look there at Matt Cavanaugh, the offensive coordinator, the calming influence for Tyler Palco, trying to communicate and talk to him, trying to just walk him off the plank. Come on, man. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Cavanaugh's been there as a quarterback, as a coordinator in the NFL, and that's one of his biggest challenges, is sometimes controlling his quarterback, who's very volatile.
He played in this game, too, a Pitt alum. From back in the late 70s, here goes Pat White running across midfield. He slips and falls to the 48-yard line. Timeout called. Should have been recognized a second earlier. They get the timeout with 21 seconds to go. Well, time for that annual conversation. Kirk, about the Big East. It's been a struggle, obviously, for the Big East as all the changes have come. You've really seen the elite teams in the ACC, the old Big East teams. So yeah, it's not the necessary play on the field. It's what happened in the boardrooms when the ACC came out and took the teams of Miami, Virginia Tech, and then Boston College from the Big East. But this is what they have to deal with. Louisville lost here to West Virginia, took the highest-rated BCS team out. People are wondering, if West Virginia goes win-win and they represent the league in the BCS, are they going to get their doors blown off, to be honest?
I don't think they'll get their doors blown off against probably LSU or Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But you have to be fair and look at some of these other conferences that wish they had an opportunity at a BCS spot. It's easy to take shots right now at the Big East. Syracuse program is down. You expect them to eventually get back. Pittsburgh program right now down. You expect them to get back with Dave Weinstedt. If you throw in Louisville and what they're doing at West Virginia, you got 4 teams that, and that's not even including South Florida, but you compare it to the other BCS conferences, it's unfair to see some of these teams not getting their chance.
White was going to throw, spread everybody out, takes off, They're very close to field goal range at the 32 with a dozen seconds left. Timeout, West Virginia. There's a 16-yard gain. Pat McAfee warming up.
Who needs to throw? I mean, you got a quarterback like Pat White who can get downfield 14 or 15 yards in about 5 seconds. You know, who needs to worry about throwing the football?
Run a quarterback draw, get you down there for a 42-yard field goal here now.
Yeah. But Mike, getting back to your point, it's you want to try to be fair to Mike Tranghese, the commissioner of the Big East, and what they're facing, the cards that were dealt to them by losing Virginia Tech, losing Boston College, losing Miami. But if you look right now at this conference, and you look at the SEC and the Big Ten and the ACC and the Big 12 and the Pac-10, can you really put this conference as a football conference on the same page with those other BCS conferences?
Not right now. South Florida's building something. Greg Schiano and Rutgers going back to a bowl for the first time in decades.
Trying to come on.
Yep, with a good facility, and Randy Edsel, a good head coach. They went to a bowl last year. White has run for 151 yards, dominating in that run pass. Now they go for a home run shot downfield. Incomplete, intended for Brandon Miles. 7 seconds and 1 timeout left. Interesting decision here by Rodriguez. Can you squeeze in one more play? They think so.
Mike, this is where Pat White, as a young quarterback, is going to only improve. He actually has Brandon Miles in one-on-one coverage, and if he throws this ball on time and accurately, it's a touchdown. It's a post to the middle of the field that he threw late and he threw high. If he throws it early, could be a touchdown very easily.
Gotta watch the clock if he scrambles. White throwing the wheel route for Slayton, out of bounds, incomplete. He was not inbounds. 2 seconds left, and a field goal attempt would be 49 yards if they go for it here. And McAfee will come on the field. Pat McAfee is from Plum, Pennsylvania. His only scholarship offer was from Kent State. Went to Miami, where they do a big kicking show, essentially, to audition. Made a 65-yard kick. The next morning at 8 a.m., he got a wake-up call from one of the West Virginia assistants, said, we're going to offer you a scholarship. He's come in and kicked 9 field goals this year. This would be his longest of the year, from 49. And he's going to miss it to the right. Plenty of leg to make it, but Dave Wanstead's decision, now he can exhale.
Give him credit, though, for kicking it that far in these conditions. That's a cold ball.
He was making a mid-50s.
I know.
He's good.
I know he's good, but still, it's...
Are you being nice to kickers?
Trying.
It must be Thanksgiving. Here's Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
Defense has almost given up about 250 yards, and with HB blades out, what kind of adjustments do you look to make in a second?
The 2 biggest plays they made are double screens, and we've covered the double screen both times, and the quarterback tucked the ball and ran. You don't practice those plays. Kids making great plays. We just got to run faster. It's real simple.
What does your offense need to do? Because you're only down 8 here.
We got guys open. I mean, we got guys open who run the ball. We're going to score some points. We got to just make some plays. We had 2 drops there at the end. You know, it could have been completions. And like I say, defensively, the quarterback's making some great plays on his own, athletically. They're not designed plays. And, you know, we just got to run faster. It's simple as that.
All right, Coach. Thanks, guys.
The words from the people involved tell you how important the backyard brawl is. Quarter number 3 of college football primetime, presented by Cooper Tires, as the wind chill is in single digits, if not at 0. 21-13. The only thing keeping these West Virginia fans warm, the running of the Mountaineers. 35 of their 41 offensive plays were runs. 258 yards. Steve Slayton at 102. And Kirk Herbstreit, Pat White, the quarterback, 15 carries, 151 yards in the first half.
Well, we knew coming into this game that combination of Slayton and White would be tough for Pitt to handle, and that's been the case here, obviously, when you run well over 200 yards in one half. And I've been really impressed seeing Pat White and seeing his speed in person and the burst that he has, even in these conditions with a slick surface. He's been able to get upfield, and Pitt's not been able to control that. I think the big thing that Pitt has to do now is they've got to win first and second down. They have to get him into obvious passing situations to have a chance in the second half.
Yeah, because a couple of times that they had third and longer, they were able to shut them down. White by no means is an accomplished and polished passer, so that might be the difference in Pittsburgh staying in this game. Because offensively, don't you agree with what Dave Wanstead told Aaron Andrews? And you're going to see it in the numbers for the first half. Pittsburgh was moving the ball pretty effectively at times, especially those back-to-back touchdown drives.
But Tyler Palko has had a pretty good half himself when he's had a chance back there to throw the football. But it's funny, the only thing I can remember about him walking off with Aaron Andrews is we got to run faster.
That was great.
We got to run faster. I mean, that's all we got. That's the speech in second half. Run faster. But it'll be a challenge for this Pitt defense, and it's going to be up to Tyler Palko, Mike, as you mentioned, getting his team to try to stay with Pat White and try to put some more points up on the board.
On these games when it was very cold and the weather was bad, was it hard coming out of the locker room for the second half on a very cold day to get yourself back into the game?
Well, if it's a rivalry game and you're that first series, maybe you're a little stiff.
Okay.
As soon as you get hit one time, you're fine. It's like this morning's little backyard football game that we had out here on the turf. That first series or two.
Yeah.
I think Blackie picked me off there on that first series, and after I stretched out a little bit, you forget about the conditions. You just go out and play ball.
We'll get to that a little bit later on, what we did this morning. The kickoff, Larod Stevens howling and Marcus Furman back. Here is the freshman. Stevens howling up the middle. 2 flags come in as he is brought down at the 31-yard line. So let's check the flag.
Tackle made by number 22. Red line to late.
Looks like the head refs made an adjustment with some
Headgear?
headgear.
Go for the
Good
wrap.
decision.
Return. Legal block in the back. On Pittsburgh, number 8. Penalty of force on the spot of the foul.
All right.
Here we are.
This was this morning. We got our crew out 7 on
Tariq's.
7.
Oh, look at Tariq's in the white hat. 6.
Thank you.
Little out and up. I go 129 of 135 with 1 interception, and you show the 1 pick. It was a good day there. There's another drop by Blackie, who, by the way, every time he's T.O., every time in a huddle, give me the ball, out and up, give me the ball, give me the ball.
Our producer Phil Orland's team beating our director Mike Schwab's led team. I thought it was nice that you, the guy who's in the best shape, you were the automatic quarterback, and you didn't run once, you stiff. First and 10 from the 13.
You know, when you take a shot, what's about to happen, right?
To Stevens.
Schwabi, come on back up here for a second.
What?
So I didn't run. I didn't. Threw the little pick there.
What are you going to do, Gary?
It's 9-9. 9-9. It was go to 7, got to win by 2. It's 9-9. The ceiling is 10. First one to 10, and the game's over.
They've played before. Go ahead.
My friend Josh Johnston out of Columbus, Ohio.
Kirk
flank
spotter.
To the right, my spotter. I see Tarico isolated, one-on-one coverage.
Got a play coming
the
here.
out and up. Tarico didn't bite. Well disciplined. You didn't bite. But what happened on that play?
I went for the interception, and you threw it over my head for the touchdown.
Thank you.
Here's Stevens howling, eludes the tackle, stays alive, and is twisted out of bounds at the 24-yard line for a first down. I thought I had you because you thought you had me, and I was going to knock it down, and it went over my head for the game.
I do want to say this. You played, don't fool us by just going to school to learn broadcasting. You played some intramural sports in your day. You're an athlete. You're an athlete.
I'm hurting right now, though.
No, you look good out there. Look at Tariq's little shake to the outside. Oh, there it is. Look, little reach. And in one hand, it's 2-hand touch.
Watch what I did with the ball, by the way. I just put the ball down. I didn't spike or anything. You act like you've been there before.
Yeah, that's a McClass.
First and 10 from the 24. Here come the Panthers. They've run it a couple of times here. Spinning Stevens howling for about 4 yards. So you know what? Thank you.
No.
But watch the ball. Put it down.
Of course. You've been there a million times. You know the deal. You know the drill.
No, in all seriousness, this is my 8th and your 7th Thanksgiving of doing it with Thursday Night Football, and our crew becomes our football family, and our cameramen especially tonight, and the women and men of our crew who are outside in the weather. Not only is everybody away from their families on Thanksgiving, but they're out here with us week in, week out. Thank you to everybody, because we had a wonderful time doing what a lot of you did at home. Play backyard football with your buddies on Thanksgiving morning.
You're sounding very official. I'll say this.
2nd and 6, Palko blitz. Got rid of it and a first down. Ball dropped by Gill. I don't think he was down. I think that's a fumble. The officials think it as well. Now the question is, was it a completion or not? They say catch and fumble, and the ball belongs to West Virginia. Jamil Adai coming up with it. This certainly will be looked at replay here before the next snap comes off.
Mike, the only chance they have is if he didn't possess